we're sitting here at the market. It's just before 7 o'clock. I've been up since 4:30, and the weather forecast is not good. They're indecisive. They're saying that there could be light rain. Well, I'm going to wait here for another 10 or 15 minutes before I decide if I'm going to go in. There's no rain on the windscreen at the moment. Now, they call this type of situation or this type of weather forecast, and the situation that I'm in, where I'm going to go in and do a car boot, this is a situation for the needy or the greedy as to whether or not I go in. Well, I'm certainly not greedy, but I certainly am needy. Well, it's 7:05, time for me to make a decision, and I've just made it. I've decided to go into the market and stall out. Let's see how we get on. You'll find out later what happens. It's now 6 o'clock in the evening, and we're back in the van. We have had an absolute nightmare day. I don't know why I didn't listen to my gut instinct, but we got absolutely soaked. I set up, the weather was overcast, exactly like they said it would. They said there was going to be some showers, maybe coming in about 9 o'clock. 8 o'clock it was fine. I got all the gear out, set all the tables up. We was all ready, the buyers come in. We did a little bit of business, it was slow. The market was actually really busy with sellers, which I was surprised about. I thought that a lot of them would have been frightened off by the weather forecast, or the fact that the weather forecast was like 1 minute it was saying it's going to be raining, the next minute it's going to be saying it was fine. But there was a lot of sellers there. And as I said, that type of forecast is what we call weather for the needy or greedy. All right, you've either got to be greedy to go and stall out in that weather, or needy. And as you know, as I said, I'm needy. I need to get rid of all my gear. I need to earn some money. So we set all up, and about an hour after I set up, it started raining. Very fine at first, and then slowly but surely it started getting, the rain was getting heavier, to the point where by 10 o'clock it wasn't torrential rain or anything like that, but you don't need a lot of rain when you got as much, well, when you got any stuff out, let alone the amount of gear that I've got out. So 10 o'clock, I thought, this is it. The sellers had started drifting off. They don't like walking around in the rain. And I started packing up. Well, it takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to pack up. So you could imagine what all the stuff was like by the time I'd finished packing up, which was about 11:45, 10 to 11. Everything was soaked. I was soaked. I was so peed off. Not just about the rain, but more because I shouldn't have done it. I knew before I went in there it wasn't going to be a good day to stall out. But the van was loaded up. I thought, do you know what? Let's just do it. Take a chance. We might get lucky. Well, we didn't get lucky, did we, Roops? We did not get lucky. We got soaked. Everything got soaked. All the gear. I boxed it all back up, put it in the van. All the floor of the van was soaked. The back doors were soaked. The bed, not the mattress, because I'll take the mattress out, but underneath the mattress, the actual bed frame, soaked. I put it all back in. I could have cried. I was so despondent, and I could have just cried. I just felt like giving everything up. And I took 60 quid. That was it. Cost me 40 quid to do it. So basically I earned 20 quid for all that aggravation, everything getting soaked, and that's it. But we had a go. It didn't work. It wasn't our day today. I went back up to the container to unload all the tables and the stock and everything else. Then I went back up to my business unit. I couldn't load the van back up with my mattress and all the stuff for inside the van because it was all soaking wet. So what I did was I put the diesel heater on, shut all the doors up. I put the diesel heater on high, on maximum, and just left it for about an hour and a half. It was like a sauna in here after about an hour and a half, but it did dry everything out. I came in and wiped down the floor with cloths and the bed frame with cloths and the back doors and everything else. But I managed to get it dried out. I couldn't put the stuff straight back in because, you know, I needed to let it air out a bit, as it were. But then eventually, later on, after a couple of hours more, I come back, put all the bed back in, put my bits and pieces back in, fed Rupert, walked Rupert, and then came and parked up. And I tell you, I'm so pleased to be back in the van with everything in it. It's dry again. I've got a little bit of an issue around the back doors where we've lined the back doors, which I've got to have a look at. I've got a bit of mould coming up there where it's got wet. But I need to look at that. But it's so nice to be back in the van. Disastrous day. But hey ho, what do you do? We live to fight another day. We'll go again. I'm not going again tomorrow. I don't know whether I'll be going next week to the market because I've got other things to do next weekend. I'm helping my son out with something. But yeah. What is it all about? I should have done better at school, shouldn't I? We just got to keep going. We're not going to give up. On a brighter note, my YouTube channel is really doing well. I can't believe how well it's doing. I've just crossed 6,000 subscribers, and I've got a lot of plans for my YouTube channel. All this other stuff that I'm dealing with is holding me back, but it will come eventually. Got a lot of plans. I want to go all in on YouTube. Obviously, I can't at the moment because I'm not earning the money on it. But hopefully, in time, I'll be able to do that, and I'll be able to get enough to, to give me enough each month to live on, and I'll go all in on YouTube. And who knows? This time next year, we could be millionaires. What do you reckon, Rupert? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.